And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Tuesday baseball on the show. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Miami Marlins. Biggest story in this one is just how dominant his pitching has been, Singy. He's been in complete control in recent starts. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go. And today's starter, Roger Clemens. Chris, it's a little more common these days, but still, he's a strikeout per inning type of guy.
Well, I hear you about the strikeouts. A lot more guys striking out today, but when you consider having the ability to get that strikeout, particularly when you need it, a man on third, less than 2 outs, situations where, yeah, maybe you're not a real high strikeout guy, but just knowing you have the swing and miss stuff in a big spot, I think it's real critical, and he's got it.
Off the plate inside, and the count is 2-0.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Fastball for a strike.
Well, notice they've been pitching him hard inside, and the key is if you're going to make a mistake, you got to make it off the dish. If it leaks out over the plate with this kind of power, you'll be asking for a new baseball.
Line drive, lunges for it, but it drops for a hit.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Jackie Robinson digs in now. Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again.
Let's go, Rocket.
That one not close. And it's 1-1. Ohtani leads off second with nobody out. That one the other way, and that's a fair ball. Coming home. He'll score.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Babe Ruth, the next to hit, takes ball one. Singy, maybe some nerves getting the best of him in the first?
Well, it's hard to know exactly if it's nerves or not, but he just doesn't have it right now. Those hitters on the other side, they're going to say it's nerves and use that as a competitive edge to try to jump on him even more.
That's off the mark, and it's 2-0. Right through there for a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Clemens checks the runner. There goes Jackie. Pitch in for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. That's 20 stolen bases for him this season.
Full count.
One on, nobody out, a run in here in the second game of the series. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
Just beautiful placement of the splitter right there. Exactly where you want it with 2 strikes to get that swing and miss. And he's worked very hard to be able to command that pitch. It's a tough pitch to get a grip on, but he's one of the best at throwing it where he wants to.
Aaron Judge at the plate.
Really strong hitting performance recently. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one.
And that drops in for a strike. Judge waits. Now 1-1. Man at second. And Judge spoils that one. That misses the zone, and it's 2-2. That one missed.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike if he swings or not.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But you know what happens.
Tommy Edman at the plate.
I'm liking what I've seen from him at the dish lately. Working on an 8-game hitting streak.
Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Late swing, foul to the left. Next pitch misses way outside.
Well, they're really running up the pitch count in this first inning. Lots of confidence from this team that is perhaps the hottest in baseball right now.
Fails another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back here at Low Depot Park. And on the mound now, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. What do you got on him, Chris?
Well, he brings into this one an excellent strikeout to walk ratio on the season. And when you consider the amount of swings and misses that he gets and the fact that he's not issuing free passes, that's going to make him more economical in his pitch count, allow him to move into the middle and deeper part of ball games. So we'll see if that remains true in this one.
Right side. Slides for the stop to first. And that's a great play for the out. And time now for the Marlins lineup. And so far this year, this has not been a very good offense.
Well, in this day and age, if you can't slug and get on base, that OPS has to be at a certain level. If you're going to produce runs, give your pitchers an opportunity as they're facing tough offenses as well.
Otto Lopez stands in here, takes ball 1 low. 1 out, base is empty. He swings and fouls 1 off. Popped up. That gets down for a hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Batting third, the shortstop,
Cal Ripken Jr. will hit next. Here goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. Throw, and they got him.
Usually when you see a team try to steal a base in the early innings, it tells you they want to be aggressive on offense. Try to force the defense to make plays and slow them down. That's exactly what they did right there. So we'll see if that caught stealing changes the offensive approach moving forward.
Two out, space is empty. And that's in for a strike.
All right, now he may have not liked either of those first two pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
On the ground, and it goes just foul. Two outs. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
The shortstop takes the ball.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That one hops against the fence. Throws to second, and that's a double.
Nice at bat right there. Not just the result, but also seeing a lot of pitches. Made him really work out there on the mound. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap. And when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
And now, Orlando Cepeda drove in their only run in last night's game. First pitch, not close.
The strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
That's to third. Throws to first, and that will end the inning. One left for Miami. Still behind by a count of 1-0. Back here in Miami, and now Hesung Kim.
Number 6.
He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Look, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
0-2.
Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. Here's Mookie Betts now. This guy, one of the best contact men in the sport as well. Outstanding on the defensive end. Right through there for a strike. Betts goes 5 feet 9 inches. Hitting 7th in today's lineup. And he was selected to the All-Star game last year. Turns and fires to Betts. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Edwards makes the catch, and there's one away.
Batting in, the first baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
So now it's Freddie Freeman. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. First offering, runner goes, strike in there, throw to second, great jump, and that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close.
When your catcher's not a great thrower, you have to do a better job at controlling the running game, and that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment, or players are going to be running all game.
And it's even up. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
One out and a runner at second here at the top of the second. And it is 2-1. Swings through that one.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, right to the backstop. In there safely. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
He just hasn't had it in this one. Been fighting himself out there, and that's just another example of it. We'll see if he can find it at all while he's still out there.
Runner on at third, 1 gone.
Strike him out.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch.
Come on, punch him out.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Punch him out.
Ripped on a line. Squeezes it. Runner tags from third. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across, and they take a 2-run lead.
Well, he hit that one pretty well. I think it would have been a lot more than a sac fly if not for that nice play by the outfielder to track it down. Good job of getting the run in.
Will Smith to the plate. Ball 1 there.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
On the ground to third. Slings it across, and they get the out on Smith. And that is that. So they scratch across a run on no hits, no errors, and no one left on. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Bottom of the second, and here's the rookie catcher, Agustin Ramirez.
This kid picked up in a trade. A lot was offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
Outside low, and that's ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
Yamamoto ready to fire now.
No, off the plate.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
And the righty deals. There's a strike.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
He goes down looking.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
Next to hit, Jonah Bride. And first offering is fouled off. Yamamoto He has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. One down, base is empty. Outside with a breaking ball.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him, that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Well, I love to see guys compete, and I know he's frustrated that he wasn't able to do anything with that pitch. You see it so well, but you have to respect the upper 90s velocity. Man, it is hard to catch up to.
And the batter now, Griffin Conant. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Yo one. Foul ball there. And that misses. And it's 1-2.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
2 down, nobody on. Up and in, and the count is even, 2-2. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything down, stay right in that moment, pitch to pitch execution.
That ends the inning, so we take a break. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. Clemens back to work. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Next offering is in for a strike. And they'll do it again. That one almost got him.
Two.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
So that splitter out of the hand, it just sort of jumps on you, and your interpretation is, here comes a fastball again. Well, it never really reaches because the bottom falls out of it and you swing over the top, and that's why they call it a split finger fastball, because it looks like a four-seamer.
And that is out of play. One down, base is empty. The other way, makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
2 down, base is empty. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Babe Ruth. First offering, and it just misses. Ground ball right side. On to first. And the Dodgers are set down in order. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. And we're back. Digging in, Heriberto Hernandez. And that's a little bit high. And that is ball one. Right through there for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
The 1-1. Out to short. Betts fires over to first. One up, one down.
Batting ninth, the third baseman, Meyer.
Now the third baseman, Dane Myers.
He's done a great job making contact recently. Hits in each of the last 6 games.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
That misses the zone. And the count 1-2.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
And that's down and away. Got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Edwards in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Lifted in the air, right center field. Edman in position. Corrals it. And that ends the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Aaron Judge. And Judge spoils that one.
You know, these Dodgers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Stays alive. Popped up. Hauls it in for the out.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Edman takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. Base is empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Edwards has a beat on it. Hauls it in for the out.
The batter, number 6.
2 outs, base is empty. And next for L.A., Hesung Kim. And first offering is fouled off. Two outs. That one fouled off. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. In the air, right field. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. On now to the bottom of the fourth. It's the Dodgers 2. Back here at Lone Depot Park. Now the number 2 hitter, Otto Lopez. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Throw on to Freeman. 1 out in the bottom of the fourth.
The batter, number 8. Shortstop, Cal.
Now it's the shortstop, Cal Ripken Jr. Doubled in his first AB. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Swing and a ground ball. And foul ball. One down, base is empty. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
And here is Orlando Cepeda. Swung on, belted. That one back there. And that's going to bang against the wall. The throw in and into second easily with a 2-out double.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. He somehow got to that outside pitch and pulled it hard into the outfield. Not exactly what you're supposed to do with that kind of location, but you wouldn't know it by how the ball came off his bat.
So up next, Agustin Ramirez. Struck out looking his first time. And strike 1 to the catcher.
No ball. 1 strike.
Cepeda on at second with 2 down. High fly ball out to left field. Ruth under it. Makes the grab. And that'll do it. Marlins lead 1. They trail it here 2-0. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. First pitch just misses. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. He's there. He's got it. And a quick out, number 1.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
That one is absolutely belted. In one, hops off the wall, should be extra bases. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Textbook bat control right there. Got a pitch on the outside, saw it deep into the zone, and just barreled it up. Went the other way for the knock.
One out. Runner at second. The batter now will be Will Smith. He's 0 for 1. Swings here and drives one well left field. Way back, and you can forget it. That one felt good, and they add to their lead. It's 4-0. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Sometimes we say it's a sinker that didn't sink. Well, that was a splitter that just didn't split. Kind of like a BP fastball. And when you throw that pitch, don't expect to get it back. You're getting a new baseball from the umpire.
So the batting order turns over. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Pitch misses, and that's ball one. Ohtani measures 6 feet 4 inches, 210 pounds. Let's remember a major part of his resume are those 3 MVP awards. Pitch misses. Now 2-0.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
That one misses. And that's ball 3. Miami's bullpen with some action. Andrew Nardi, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Fauché, the right-hander, also getting loose. That one's in there. And now 3-1. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Ripped to third and caught.
Wow, that was an awesome leaping catch. Great reactions, great athleticism, and he snatched that thing out of the air, and he robbed him of a base hit.
Two down, bases empty. Jackie Robinson steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And it's fouled away. Two down, nobody on. This one in the air right field. Konai settles under this one. Makes the catch, inning over. Back here in Miami, and now the DH.
The designated hitter.
I really hope you listen to the essence of this message. Glad you dressed it so expressive and you're moving in.
Fastball for a strike.
You know, these Marlins, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
On the ground to the left. Now a jump throw. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
So man aboard. Griffin Konai, the next up for the Marlins. Liner, base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
And now Heriberto Hernandez.
No balls. 1 strike.
That's outside. Ball 1.
1-1.
And that's downstairs and outside.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
First and second, no outs. Last half of inning number 5. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. That one just misses the outside corner. Full count now. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Makes the grab, 1 down.
Now batting, the third baseman,
Dane Myers getting ready to hit. That one's in there, and it's 0-1.
Here's an opportunity. If you're going to get back in this game, you have to take advantage of this situation. This feels like their chance.
In the air out to center. It's going to fall for a hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single. It's 4-1.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there.
Back to the top of the Miami order. Next to hit, Xavier Edwards. 0-2 in this one. There's a strike. Two on, one out. Now that's smacked to right center. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. The run scores from third, and it's an RBI single. It's 4-2.
So here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
2 on, 1 out. Lopez now at the plate, 1 for 2.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
No strike.
Myers at second, Edwards at first, one gone. Swings and misses. 1 and 2.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
The 1-2. Kim over to second, over to first, safe.
So that's great hustle out of the box to get down the line, knowing that a double play will end the inning. Good job at the finish, reaching out for the bag. Now they got runners on the corners and still an opportunity to pick up some runs.
And now the shortstop, Cal Ripken Jr. That one inside, 1-0. Crushed, left center field. This one's deep, forget it. They must be going crazy in the dugout. It's 5-4. That one just sounded different.
Man, might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Power versus power right there. Like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? A really good job there by the hitter. Getting the top hand working. How was that fastball out of here?
And now for the mark. And I think Dave Roberts is coming out of the dugout. Now on the bump, Luis Garcia.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
That misses the zone, and it's 1-0. That one down the line, and that's just foul. Two outs.
1-2. 1-2.
This to third. Can't glove it cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Now batting, catcher,
Agustin Ramirez, the next up for the Marlins. That clips the zone. It's 0-1. To third. They get the force. That'll end the inning after a lot of score. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Clemens back to work. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Signs of activity in the pen for the Marlins. Andrew Miller appears to be getting loose. Bender also getting ready. Swings through that one out in front that time.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Just misses. Going to count 1-2.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on.
And a swing and a miss. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
If you can set up a good 2-strike splitter with a fastball on the previous pitch, it's going to be so tough to recognize and adjust your swing to get a piece of it. Clearly had him reaching for it right there.
Here is Aaron Judge. Strike on the inside corner. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. He made him pay for that one. Home run number 10 on the year, and we're level. It's 5-5.
The sun rises and Aaron Judge hits a home run. That's a pretty normal day in the world of baseball. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Roger Clemens won't go any further.
Now pitching for the
New
Marlins,
pitcher for the Marlins, Andrew Nardi.
He's thrown the ball very well overall this season. He's been really tough to get to. You see that ERA, and that's where you love to be.
Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. That's in there. Strike one. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first, heading for 2. Throws to second. Not going to get him. He's in there.
All over that one right there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Kim in the box now. Takes strike one. Go-ahead run at second, and we're the top half of the 6th. Pickoff throw, and he dives back in safely.
You know, Boog, if you're that base runner at second base, you want to be quiet out there. Not bouncing around, not distracting your teammate, the hitter. Make sure that he can clearly focus on that pitcher and that release play.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now it's Mookie Betts. Inside, just missed. Late swing, fouled off. Runner at second, 2 down. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Hit in the air, center field. And that's the 3rd out. And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning. Leading off, Jonah Bride. Ball 1, no strikes. Just missed. And that one is in for a strike at 95. And it's 2-1. Right through there for a strike.
That split is a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. Back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Griffin Conant, the next up for the Marlins. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
That one finds the zone, and the count is 0-2. Left field. Ruth settles under it. He's got it. 2 down.
Now batting, the left fielder, Heriberto.
And up next for Miami, Heriberto Hernandez. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1. There's the strike.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Ground ball up the middle. Kim. And that is the inning. And the Marlins down quietly. This ball game still tied 5-all.
Now pitching.
Andrew Miller takes over on the mound.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
Here is Freddie Freeman. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. Miller, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, and he works in a changeup. Up the middle, Ripken. And Freeman is retired.
Now batting, catcher, Will Smith.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. He's already homered in this game. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. All tied up here in the top half of inning number 7. Right down to shoot. 0-2.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger. And perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at-bat to hit. That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. And when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. Fought off foul. And there's a ball. That one clips the outside corner, and the count 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Dodgers go down quietly. Our score holds at 5 apiece. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Alex Vesia
Gets an opportunity to square off against his former team, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came out a little extra jacked up right here.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. And that drops in for a strike.
0-2.
Next pitch, not close, up high. That's down and in, a slider missed. Next pitch is outside. Cut on and lifted in the air, and that'll fall for a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Another multi-hit game for him. He's been really hot lately. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Back to the top of the order now. Xavier Edwards digs in now.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
Look out, way inside. Myers into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
Just missed.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Otto Lopez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. See the velocity, 97 with that fastball. Ground ball left side. In plenty of time to first, and one away in the bottom of the seventh.
The batter, number 6, second baseman,
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Lopez will hit next. 1 for 3. Right through there for a strike.
Ball 1.
1 out. The go-ahead run is at second. And a count 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That one the other way. Steps on first for the out.
now batting.
And at the plate for Miami, Cal Ripken Jr. He's already homered here in this one. On the ground, down the line, and it's foul. The shortstop takes the ball.
1 ball.
2 down. Go ahead run in scoring position. Base hit right field. Runner from third comes across, and it's an RBI single, and they take the lead in the 7th. Well, he delivers in a huge spot right there.
Well, he's so dialed in. I don't think he even realizes how much pressure exists out there. Very easy swing, nice and relaxed. This is the type of approach you want to see guys take in this situation.
And now, Orlando Cepeda. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Ripken off of first with 2 away. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. 2 outs. And that one is lifted in the air. Ruth settles under it. And that is that. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Anthony Bender. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Here's the third baseman, Jackie Robinson. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Goose Gossage, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. That's a ball. Went with the sweeper.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Gets him to chase after that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That hits the dirt. It's 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Went back to the sweeper, and it was effective.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down 1. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Ruth in the box now. Takes strike 1.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
Next offering is down low. Holding on to a one-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. In the air, left field, down the line. And that's a fair ball. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
So the tying run in scoring position now. Aaron Judge steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Ball 1, no strikes.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
And fouled off. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. So the tying run at second. Way outside, straight to the backstop. Ruth up to third on the wild pitch.
Nice job right there, recognizing the wild pitch and being able to move up to third because of it. Now they've got more options in terms of finding a way to bring him home.
Oh, and this one gets away. Runner stays put at third. Got him swinging.
Big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make the play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
And here is Tommy Edman. He's a guy who does it all. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Aimed to score is the runner from third. It's an RBI single, a big 2-out hit, and the game is tied.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Throw, and it gets away. Now it's going to be Hesung Kim. Hard hit, could be extra bases. Edman around second. Runner around third, on his way to the plate. To second, but way too late. Safe there. Play at the plate, safe, and they take the lead.
His confidence level is so high. Really nice job of coming through in a big spot. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Now the Marlins manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Anthony Bender gives way, and he leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. So the Marlins go with a new arm, Calvin Fauché.
Coming on to face a righty bat, and they've had quite a bit of success against him this year.
So runner at second, 2 down. Here's Mookie to hit. And that one gets past the catcher. Kim up to third on the wild pitch.
Heads up base running right there. Have to be really sure you can make it safely to third when you're in scoring position and 2 outs. Got to get that run across. Very important. Does a nice job of reading it.
Ouch, that one got him.
He seems to have lost a little bit of focus on executing that pitch right there, not staying through the target, and clearly not the release point he wanted.
Ready. Freeman.
Freeman at the plate now. That's ball 1.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
The 1-0. Hammered on the line, base hit. In comes some insurance as the runner scores from third. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. First and second, 2 outs. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Will Smith. That's in there. Two on, 2 outs. And a foul ball. And 1-2. Two outs. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. That one ran inside, almost got him. This to center field. Edwards racing over to make the catch. So they get 3 and jump ahead late. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Dodgers 8 and the Marlins 6. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the catcher, Agustin Ramirez. Number 86 will take over here.
Well, you see the ERA very solid, and that doesn't always tell you the whole story, but he's been really good so far this year.
And downstairs. Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance, and that one is gone. He flexes his power with that swing. 3rd home run of the season. It's 8-7.
Just relentless. This team will not quit. For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
And now here's the Marlins DH, Jonah Bride. That one at triple digits.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Misses outside, and 1-1.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
And that one fouled off. Looking to get the tying run on base. Caught him looking for the K.
Now batting, right fielder.
Now it's the right fielder, Griffin Conine. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
Line, and that's a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
One down. And now for the Marlins, Heriberto Hernandez. 0 for 3 in this one. That catches the top part of the zone. That's strike one.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor. This might get interesting, dude.
And a pitch out, but nothing going on. Throw to first, and he's back in safely.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
Line drive, base hit. And a go-ahead run is on base.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Now the third baseman, Dane Myers.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
And that's a strike. That's to third. Robinson. Save!
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ballgame.
Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. Golden opportunity right here. And the Dodgers will go to the bullpen. Number 86 departs. So they turn to their closer, Andres Munoz.
Really tough spot to come into out of the bullpen. Bases loaded with multiple outs to get in a tight ball game. A lot can happen right here.
Lifted in the air, out to left. Ruth holds it in on the run.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
So digging in, Otto Lopez. There's a strike. Towards first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Declan Cronin.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
On the ground, right side, and that one handled. Whips it to first, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
And up next for Los Angeles, Jackie Robinson. In for a strike. It's 0-1. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Jesus Tinoco getting loose out there. Quantrill also throwing. Next offering is downstairs.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And a swing and a miss.
Clearly was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. And there are 2 outs.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Ruth in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the 9th, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Dodgers down in order, and this remains a close one. It's 8-7. So bottom of the 9th, here's the shortstop at the plate, Cal Ripken Jr.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
Munoz back to work. Swinging a foul out of play. One-run game, bottom 9. Outside low, 1-1. The shortstop takes the ball.
If you're going to miss, you want to miss outside the zone. When you miss inside the zone, it's trouble.
Laser, base hit. And the tying run is on with a leadoff single.
Showed some really nice patience in that at-bat. Worked himself into a good count. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Now here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Orlando Cepeda. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Fouled off down the right side. Just missed.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
1-1.
Gets the outside corner with that one.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Next one is off the plate. 2-2.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
Out towards right center field. This one looks like trouble. Here comes Ripken. Now he launches a throw over his head.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
And up next for Miami, Agustin Ramirez. That one's in there. 0-1. The winning run on second base. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
Next offering way off the plate. Battling here as he fouls it away. Winning run out second. No one out. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
Now back, the designated
So now the DH spot, Jonah Bride. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. That one out to right. Judge getting an angle on it. Drops into the glove. Runner tags at second, and he's up to third safely with 2 gone.
The right fielder, number 1.
And at the plate for Miami, Connor Norton entered the game as a pinch runner. First plate appearance for him here. Splits the plate. That's strike 1.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days. You would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Winning run at third, 2 down. Base hit, that'll do it. The winning run crosses the plate, and they walk it off.
Well, you come into the 9th inning down. First, you're looking to tie it. They did that, but then they got the extra to put themselves on top. These players knew exactly what it was going to take to win this ball game. I love it when you see a team find a way to win.